Hello, everybody. How's it going out there? David Knight here with Knight Politics and Sports. Hope everyone's having a good day, a good week, and most importantly, having a good life. Time for another political news story. Usually don't go to it one day, but this was not interesting because, one, I'm Mumford and Sons fan. I like their music. Usually not the councilman too. More of a rock alternative kind of guy, but I do like their stuff. Very interesting sound, very unique, very catchy. Just all that stuff that goes with it for music people like. Apparently, one of the members has been under some controversy the last few months, as looks like, I'll show the article here, description. It says lead guitarist and banjoist Winston Marshall has been on leave of absence since March of this year due to a controversy in regards to tweeting something about a book by Andy to Go. I think I'm saying his name right. The guy who actually goes and reports and discusses what's going on with Antifa when they go on these protests they're rioting, but they call them protests, whatever, things like that. And he's got a lot of bad criticism from the left for this. And this article, full disclosure, link in the description, is definitely a left tilt, to say the least, by consequent sound. You can see by popular stories here, so nothing is as scary as a racist white woman in the first trailer for Karen Watch. So, yeah, maybe that's a little bias gives away. You see the article here, the title says, Winston Marshall leaves Mumford & Sons so that he can, quote, speak freely among, quote-unquote, evils of political extremism. As is here, Marshall had come under scrutiny after offering his support for the mendacious journalist Eddie to Go. Says here, following leave of absence, Winston Marshall, lead guitarist and banjoist of Mumford & Sons, is exiting the band. The news came after the March controversy, in which Marshall tweeted support for it, and they say, dishonest book by a right-wing provocateur and to Go. Again, the redneck here is definitely on the left here, so make sure I make that very clear. Like I try to do with any article, whether it's right-leaning, left-leaning, whatever, I try to at least express that, make sure people know what that is. So Marshall made an announcement in the Medium post, quote-unquote, why I'm leaving Mumford & Sons, an article he reiterated his support for Nego, whom he previously called a quote-unquote brave man. He also said he should have never apologized for backing Nego and denied that he himself supports far-right causes. So the beleaguered, as in, I guess he's dealing with stuff here, so he's been pressure, so he's beleaguered now. Instrumentalists began by reminiscing on all the fun he's had on tour. Who in the right mind would willingly walk away from this, he asked. It turns out I would. And as you might imagine, it's been no easy decision. Marshall wrote that I spent much of my time reflecting, reading, and listening. The truth is that my commenting on a book that documents the extreme far left in their activities is in no way an endorsement of the equally repugnant far right. I know, isn't that crazy? How dare you criticize something on the other side? That's the way it is now. It's very travel, right? If you're on the right, you criticize someone on the left, you're automatically a racist, you're a bigot, you're a misogynist, whatever the words is for that, right? Cliche clicks that are called. Or if you have an issue with Black Lives Matter for certain things they've done or certain people in it, they say you hate black people. It's bullshit like that pops up. It's either one or the other. There is no shades of gray in between. But anyway, so it makes a good point there. We'll keep going with this article. So which he claims he have listened to. He also mischaracterized the criticism. Nego's book doesn't document the extreme far left. Again, their bias being shown here, claiming that he made lies and edited footage to make things look different than what they were. He was race-baiting articles and things like that. Look, I'm not an expert on any Nego. I don't know anything, everything about this person. Maybe there is some stuff that's wrong. I don't know, but this is my thing. Over the last several years, even before Trump ran for office, Antifa has been a group that's been known to cause riots, break shit, destroy things. In fact, they use that to bully other colleges and groups from having conservative speakers at their events for whatever reason, whatever the event may be, because it doesn't agree with their views. And by the way, people in Antifa are a bunch of rich entitled white people to make feel any better. That's pretty much what Antifa is. Every time they arrest Antifa people and take the mask off, they're all rich entitled white people living in their fucking basement in their parents' house. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, Antifa has been destroying stuff and causing trouble. They don't do anything good. And it's okay, but the media don't want to criticize them because they're on the left. Because they're on the left side, we can't criticize them directly because they're with us. It's a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, we'll keep going here. He says, he added that I failed to foresee that my commenting on a book critical of the far left could be interpreted as a proof of the equally abhorrent far right. Nothing could be further from the truth. 13 members of my family were murdered in the concentration camps of the Holocaust. My grandma, unlike her cousins, aunts, and uncles, survived. She and I were close. My family knows the evils of fascism painfully well. To say the least, to call me quote-unquote fascist was ludicrous beyond belief. Arguing that the tweet that the threat of Prince left-wing extremism is real, Marshall walked back to his previous apology. The truth that I report on extremism at the great risk of endangering oneself is unquestionably grave. I also feel that my previous apology in a small way participates in the lie that such extremism does not exist, or worse, is a force for good. According to Marshall, Mumford and Sons have been supportive. They said, quote unquote, despite pressure to nix me, they invited me to continue with the band. They took courage. That took courage, particularly in the age of so-called quote unquote cancel culture. In conclusion, he said, for me to speak about what I've learned to be such a controversial issue will inevitably, if I talk today, bring my bandmates more trouble. My love, loyalty, and accountability to them cannot permit that. I would remain and continue to self-censor, but it will erode my sense of integrity. Know my conscience. I've already felt that beginning. The only way forward for me to delete the band. So that's the article. Again, Lincoln will read the whole thing for yourself, but good for him. It's not many people, obviously entertainment business, whether it's music, whether it's TV, movies, anything like that. It's going to be to the left. It's always liberal, regardless of whether it makes sense or not. It's always like more so left, more like Democrat per se, more like Democrat. So if you speak out against that, something that's a part of their group, even if they're not a big part of the group, they want to push you down. They want to call you out. That's what they do all the time. And kind of what I did my last video with Rudy Giuliani and the losing his law license thing. Same thing happened there. If it had been the other way around, like I said in that video, and Giuliani would have defended Biden as a Democrat, he would not have been hit hard like this, or I don't think he would have. Again, a little paranoid, but I don't think it would have happened. If he would have criticized him and called him out, he's been brave, he's doing the right thing, doing this and that, or if he would have supported Biden or something. But the fact that he stood up against when his words are extreme political act, extreme political movements, and Antifa's an extreme movement. They want to destroy, they want to cause riots and damage things. They're not anti-fascist. They're for anarchy and chaos, what they're for. And again, as he's right, it's not the same as supporting a far-right neo-Nazi group either. Obviously, didn't know his family had people in the Holocaust. It's terrible. I'm glad Grandma made it. Without him, we wouldn't have the music we have in Mumford and Sons now. And again, credit Mumford and Sons for wanting to stick with him as well. So, yeah, I mean, I respect him for doing this. It takes a lot of balls to do this. It does. It takes a lot of balls to stand up against what you think is wrong, especially when it's mainstream to not do so. When it's mainstream to go along, they're not saying anything about it. He stood up against it. Kudos to him for doing that. Makes me respect him and the band for supporting him even more. So it makes me like the band even more. And I got a feeling this may increase their record sales based on certain people political persuasion. Anyway, that's all I've got for this one. Leave thoughts in the comments. What do you think of the statements? What do you think of the article? I thought it's pretty biased against him, but that's just me. That's all I got. Again, look in the description. As always, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.